Hey, Phantom. What's up? Hey, Lindsay. Am I sure? What? Am I sure about what? Oh, is Phantom sure that he was first? Maybe not then. Give you a second. Okay. What's that, guys? I'm just posting my links on the Discord. Hey, Sun Boo. I probably said that badly. But thanks for stopping in. Hey, Cheat. Hey, Darkheart. How's everybody doing on this pre-weekend night? It doesn't show the name and not the. I don't know when that started. I noticed that in someone else's stream too. It stopped showing people's actual nicknames, and I think it's different if you watch it on your phone versus on a desktop PC. Actually, I'll find out in a sec. All right. Um. So yeah, on my phone, it's the people like your YouTube ad thing, but when I look at the YouTube Studio dashboard thing, it's people's normal name. Anyway, I guess you guys can probably see that. There's a slightly smaller thumbnail I did. Not too much smaller actually, but do some cool metal sheen on this side. Backflips. Were you injured? You can draw like me. It just takes time and practice. I was actually thinking there's a few books I want to get into, like in regards to doing pen and ink and uploading like shorts as I'm going through it, learning stuff. That might be a cool idea. Ooh, I can't see the chat. Yeah, so you guys get a week off school? Seems like a lot for Thanksgiving, but I think for our Thanksgiving in Canada, we usually got a day off. Oh, an electric bike, was it? I want to start with this. Is the bike okay? Oh no. That sucks. Hopefully it's not too difficult or expensive to fix. It's just the compartment. Although that's sometimes the stuff that is expensive. Requires placing bigger parts. Hey, Cooker Doodle. I'm good. How are you? We have to get another game of Faz on the go, Phantom. I'm at, I think, level 17 now. So I have all the maps, but I didn't get any item upgrades yet. That's good. I think for you, it's probably like around, I don't know, 10 to midnight my time. Seems to be your evening, afternoonish. Hey, Ruby. This guy's going to be fun because after I get the basic lines in, I'm just going to do mostly all loose brushwork since it's mostly just robes and fabric. I want to practice some foreshortening with the hand. So I kind of pick something where the rest would be not easy for me, but not something I have to problem solve. I was asking him about playing a game, Phasmophobia. I haven't quite figured out everything. Some of the cursed items still confuse me a bit. Oh, I should have made it Grim Reaper baddie. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, we had a few games. I don't know why that's happening. Nope. A few other people said that. But it's okay if you watch, I think, on your desktop, but not on your phone. Kent, you gotta remind me when me, you, and Lindsay play Roblox together sometime. Yeah, I only played that game that one time, but it seemed alright. Kaiju Gyarados. You don't know how the items are? I know the monkey paw. You have to find like little pieces of paper that are the wishes that you can then use with it, I guess. How am I doing this? Paper's really nice. I can't go to sleep if I'm hungry. I mean, I can, but I find it hard. How are you finding Madison, by the way, Phantom? I'm kind of doing a half fleshy human hand with skull fingers. The skeleton hands all the way down are pretty tedious, in my opinion. Well, even like I'm putting a little curve right on like the second knuckle of the thumb. You see it in comic books and stuff, but I don't know if I'm always doing it right. But it looks cool, I think. Like my knuckles are a little weird here, but whatever. I'll probably go over a lot of this with my little paintbrush as I'm starting to shade it. I was looking at another ghost hunting game. I don't think it's Demonology, not the Roblox one, but it's a name like that. And it's kind of like Phasmophobia, but oh no, what happened? Let's see, you're jumping to conclusions, Ruby. You asked me about coffee crisp bar every stream now. I have a coffee. It's can I get in camera? I like mine with milk and sugar. Although I'm not supposed to be eating sugar. Where is it? There it is. I actually have a coffee crisp bar this week. That's why my streams have been so short the last few weeks. I haven't had my chocolate bar energy. And you're not yourself when you're hungry. Where's that other picture? I got a feeling that face is going to be tough to do. Have his head overlap the thigh a little bit, maybe. I have water too. I have water and coffee crisp and coffee chips. Coffee chips. I don't know if I'd like that. I love to go on a trip to Japan. I feel like the way stuff like that's getting out price wise, by the time you save up enough, the price would have went up $1 million. You know, maybe not literally $1 million, but I'm gonna have to do that hand again in pencil because that's pretty sloppy job I did. Hello, Linksy. I'll dip bread in the coffee. I know people who dip toast into tea. That's a crazy thing, but a thing nonetheless. I have 23 concurrent users. That gotta be a new record. Nice. Yeah, everyone, like and sub. I have to let that dry before I put my hand over to do his face, and I'll use that as an excuse to show people art. See you, Ruby. Thanks for stopping in. Remember to eat uranium. As you do. There's a picture getting caught on something. I did last night of Black Moon's OC Rain. I really like how the shine on the boots came out. Basically what I want to do with that Grim Reaper is that, but bigger. I'm having a lot of fun playing with my ink brush. Here's the famous Jean lady, known for her jeans. I need to start doing, I'm going to steal a thing I noticed you doing Phantom, where you start your shorts going through your book. So it's like the beginning short. Everyone gets a quick preview of all your other art. A few pages of Pokemon. A guy with a crown. Crown kind of looks like it's made out of like bone. I don't know why I do it like that. Cool though. There's Locke. If you want the full set, you can check out Phantom's and Lindsay's channel. A witch with a cool hat. Cool hat tip, bro. The Knight from Hollow Knight, who in fact is not named Hollow Knight. I guess calling him Hollow Knight is kind of like calling Link Zelda. That's cool. Locke's pretty cool. Your next organ? Oh no. You need to either lay off the drawing or get like an artist palette like Bob Ross used, where you can keep your back up straight. Get a Bob Ross canvas. I said palette, canvas. Yeah, no more shrimping. We're getting too old for shrimping, guys. Our bones aren't as pliable as they once were. Here's a film noir guy. I have a few of these from years ago. Like just guys with hats and fedoras and trench coats. And because I believe in equality, there's a noir lady. This one I really like too for the shading. That kind of natural brush shading. This is my anti-smoking ad. What happens if you smoke cigarettes? You turn into a skeleton with goggles. Which is kind of cool, actually. You just start smoking. There's a witch with a big raven. Yeah, you're killing the requests. I have to get a painting from you, but I don't know what the request yet. How many paintings do you have left to do? Request-wise. Hey, L2C, how are you? I assume you have a normal username, but my YouTube's showing everyone's like account name, so. Oh, see how I put the sound effects for Wolverine? I meant to do it with my Gwen Stacy picture. The famous Thwip, THIWP. You can see it in the pencils actually. And then when I erased out my pencils, I forgot all about it. Thwip. Oh, 4 big ones. It's crazy. I love Raphael. Hey, Andrew. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Michelangelo. I don't like how his legs came out. If you noticed in my Instagram, I cut those stupid legs off. I was kind of in my head picturing like they'd fade away there, but that looked weird, so. But I mean, the rest of them's all right. Hey, stop motion. And yeah, there's my Gwen Stacy, Spider Gwen. And that's why I wanted to practice foreshortening today, because it doesn't really feel like her hand's pointing towards it, right? Some parts of it do, like the web getting bigger, but it just doesn't, it still kind of looks like she's holding her arm downwards. It's not pointed at the camera like how I pictured it, so. Thanks. This guy's a bit more extreme though. So, good practice. It's good to see the, you know, even if it's not horrible where you came up short in your pictures, or things didn't turn out the way you wanted. Totally. A little smudge already, but I might be the messiest person to use ink ever. I think that might actually be possible. Those teeth are going to be fun to do. Let me cook the box. Oh, nice. Nice cookie fox. Crashed into a tree. Whoops. I crashed into a ditch once. Hit black ice. I started, like, there was a very slight, like a wide turn on the road, and I was turning the steering wheel, and it like took a minute to realize the truck wasn't actually moving. It just kind of kept going straight. And I tried to start easing on the brakes, and it's like as soon as I touched it, they caught, but my steering wheel was already way, like, you know, turned over. So once it caught traction, it was just kind of like, it's like, here's the turn, goes this way, and I was going, and then I hit the brakes and just went like, man. Well, you don't see it, and it's like no matter how much salt you put on it, until it starts to melt, it's just, you know, an invisible death trap basically. But it was almost like me putting on the brakes. I didn't consider I would have my steering wheel turn so much, so I just like instantly turned right into a ditch. So something to think about if you ever catch yourself on black ice. Make sure your steering wheel is straight before you start pumping your brakes. Easy to forget in the moment, I think. Little Mizzy. Hey, thanks for stopping in. Oh, I missed something. Quick lesson in Vietnam: do not step next to a lorry because they can't see you on your motorbike and will crush you. Yeah. There's a roundabout, not super close to me, but in my province, that's famous for you're not supposed to drive beside trucks like in the back because it's designed where they'll literally just go into the other lane a bit. It seems like, you know, something that wouldn't exist if they could help it, but hey, Seawolf. How are you tonight? on this lovely Friday. Wolf in the Sea. That's pretty cool. So no S. I wonder what Phantom was trying to say before we hit enter on accident. No, don't take my pen. I'll tell you one thing. If you use a dip pen like this, get some pen and ink paper because it sure makes a difference. Lately, I've been using mixed media, and it's constantly like picking up little pieces of paper fibers on me. I think today how artists always say, like, you know, they don't want people asking them about the tool they use because the tool doesn't matter. But then again, so then why are they using specialized tools then, right? Kind of a bit of back and forth. I fell back asleep last Sunday when I joined. Oh, on Linksy stream. You'll have to take the rest of the night and tomorrow off drawing, though. Save it for your stream on Sunday. If you're going to further damage your neck, you might as well get some subs out of it. That's what my mom always told me. And do that with the small nib. We can do this with the brush, but for the sake of how small it is. And a way to chat without touching your screen. Didn't wake up till 5 p.m. It's a good sleep. Yeah, your streams are the same with me. I can catch them when they're like midnight to 1 a.m. and I happen to be up when they start. And sometimes I see Phantom streaming when I wake up in the morning, and he's always just signing off. Same with Morningstar. Same with Liv. I forget what her YouTube name is. Paint Pen Whiskers. Hey, Bomb Alert. Thank you. I appreciate it. And welcome to the stream. Hopefully it'll be a lot cooler once I start laying in the black shading. Ah, thanks, Seawolf. Nice to say. Mama Shrimpsy. I was just going to say we need to get Lindsay Life Alert. And Phantom was going to say that too. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh, I meant to get my other nib. Oh, well. Lion Edits. The names aren't shown appropriately, so if you're someone who's on this channel and I don't seem to be recognizing you, that's probably why. It's showing people like the name in their YouTube URL instead of their username, I guess. That usually shows. Final Destination. The movie responsible for making everyone terrified of driving behind anyone transporting logs. Although it's kind of scary by itself, I guess. I was going to redraw this hand. I just kind of decided to wing it. So I hope I don't ruin it too much. That's one of the things I guess I like about using ink. Is that it's kind of scary. If you like spooky stuff, then draw with ink. Because at any moment you can just totally ruin all your work. I have a clicky keyboard, but it's not because it's rusty. It's just a mechanical one. If you like light, ethereal looking stuff, yes. And the keyboard's not like on a laptop, just the keyboard itself is hot. Like if it was on a laptop, I'd say it's probably just the computer under it, but you said it's on a case. I don't think that is normal. It depends on how hot we're talking, I guess. This one came in kind of bad, but I'm going to do a lot of shading there anyway. I'm going to shade here to kind of imply a little indent. Well, if it's, I gotta go up. Could be from the heat from your body just transferring, I guess. I don't know if I'd put it in the freezer. Anyone got any interesting plans for the weekend? I should have done this first. So not to smudge it, but I mean, kind of, I don't know if you can see a weird little shape for the back. I'm gonna make it longer. You kind of look like a battle axe type of shape. Everyone likes a battle axe. Hey, à toi. Relaxing and drawing. Me too. I think I'm going to do some read some ink tutorial books over the weekend. Maybe make some shorts out of them. See if people are interested. I'm pouring a bunch of gravy on my turkey on Thanksgiving. Cool. and finishing your Arcant. Oh yeah, I can't wait to see. I'm starting to build a small little handful of fan art lately. I got about 4 or 5 now. I'm finishing last. That's what happened to my neck, actually. His face good. Oh, thanks. Huzzah! No, it is not. I mean, other fan art other people made me, so wherever they post it. Oh, Canada? What are you talking about? I got too many cords. I don't have a pine cone in my backyard. I have a tiny little tree on the side of my house. We got a small amount of snow the other day, but not enough to stay on the ground. Well, that's good it doesn't snow there. Snow's not actually as fun. Like, it's very rare that you live somewhere where you get this, like, nice, gentle snowfall with nice, powdery snow. Usually it's just a big, muddy, gross mess. You never seen snowfall? In a bubble mailer that will protect the snow from melting. I mean, I wish I lived in tropical weather, so I guess it's you adapt to whatever you live in, right? And then you're interested in everything else, but to me, snow is mud and shoveling driveways and stuff being canceled when it's really bad. Although it's rarely the snow itself that does that. It's usually combined with another type of storm. But I mean, once in a while it does happen where you get like a really nice soft snowfall. The kind people think of when they say they like snow. I'm sure you've seen snow in the inside of a freezer. No, but you get like the crispy stuff on the side of the walls. That's basically what snow is. I mean, in a way, that's what snow is. It's just ice. It's ice that's melting. Yeah, I'm far on the East Coast, and the humidity kills me too. I actually have a friend, a guy I know, and he moved to from Maine to I want to say Arizona, somewhere really dry, and he said he never realized like how sickly he was his whole life he said like his sinuses instantly cleared out. He realized he had a headache all the time. He didn't even notice it because he was so used to it. His whole like his voice changed and everything. Humidity can really do a number on you, especially if you have like allergies or respiratory symptoms. I actually get allergies in spring and in fall. You wouldn't think in the fall because all the plants are dying, but I don't think it's necessarily from the pollen. Just like the weather in general. And, everyone's out back to school. People go back to work in fall. And, what happened? Yes, you can eat the snow. I think Linksy was like a surfer dude for a few years. She used to catch waves. And she said tubular all the time. That's how I'm doing here. Light's coming that way, so we want it this way. So I'll go in with a brush and do a better job there, but kind of trace the forms just to remind me. Ew, work. Gross. I live right on the Atlantic Ocean. Well, not actually on it. That's a lie. I live on land. Oh, do you know what I forgot? His stupid teeth. I'm like 2 minutes away from the ocean. That's okay, Chief. Are you drawing anything interesting? I mean, some teeth's a little crooked, but it's going to be black there, so it's okay. I am also 2 minutes from the ocean. The Atlantic one. Sometimes teeth are crooked too, that's true. But those little bits down there will be covered with the black background behind his hood anyway. Ooh, I just headbutt the camera. These are kind of big, but that's how you know a character is evil, because they have crooked teeth. Oh yeah, common trope. Villains don't bother to get braces. Yeah. You do be burping. Oh yeah, I remember that. I think I scared Joy too, but I don't know if it was a burp or a yawn or something. Some loud noise during a jackbox. Wish my hand was see-through. I can see what I'm doing when I'm painting. Nice. Yeah, I have a painting request for you, but I haven't thought of something exactly yet. I have an idea, but I'll let you catch up with a few of the ones you have first. Let you think you're almost done. No, I'm joking. It's not that bad. Okay, you'll do it. Ah. Here. Perfect straight teeth, kind of. Close to it. Just the tiniest spot. That's why inking is scary. I guess one good thing about it, though, is it kind of forces you to give it your full attention. I feel like with digital, you can kind of, do other stuff, listen to other stuff at the same time. MK Cool, who are you? I am Kent. Who are you? Thanks for stopping in. Kent Von Uberbrock. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. He's the Kent goat. Thanks, Darkheart. Kent, who am I? You are a Seawolf. Remember there was another guy named Kent? I wonder if he still pops in and out, lurking about. Oh yeah, Kent. You're right, you're right. No, there was a guy named Kent too, I think. There was Kent, and then there was a guy named Kent, because we were saying two Kents. Kent in current. Current. Sounds like Ernie saying Kent. Current. I love my kid Crunk. Into the principal's office. What's your kid's name? Crunk. I hit my keyboard with my elbow. I'm going to be saying cunt forever now. You can't bully cunt. And do you have a long lost twin brother, Scent? No. I remember when I was a kid, is there anything on the back of that? There was like a teacher, and he wrote his K's like that, and for some reason put a space in it. So whenever he wrote my name, it looked like he said 1 cent. Oh, thanks, MK. Cool. I appreciate it. Do you do any art, MK? If you name your kid No Heart, then you're a big Care Bear fan, I guess. Or you hate Care Bears, depending on how you look at it. Someone was asking me at my comments to draw the character Grayskull, and I still don't know who they were talking about. Like, what is there anyone know of a character named Gray? I know Red Skull, and I know Castle Grayskull from He-Man. I was wondering if they meant Red Skull. No Heart was the bad guy from the Care Bears. And it came from us talking about naming your kids Dark Heart. And it just made me think of it. It'd be a little random like that, you know? Oh, cool. Do you upload any art on it? You know, if you're into art, I know a few YouTube communities you might be interested in. Okay, I'll probably get the bigger brush out for the rest of that. What? I said, if you put art, if you're an artist and you have it on your YouTube channel, or if you don't, there's a few Discord communities you might be interested in joining, ran by frequent visitors of this stream.
Erase that out first.
Second. Update my phone OS keeps coming up. And at this point, I just refuse to do it out of spite. When did I learn drawing? So I kind of dabbled in drawing my whole life, but it was really only the last. Well, I got good. I don't know, 10 years ago or so, and then kind of good, and then didn't draw forever, and then would pick it up again and not draw forever. It's just about the last 6 or 7 months that I've been drawing steady again. It's kind of hard to say how long it took me to draw because I took such big breaks in between, like phases of it. Which I think a lot of older artists or older people relate to that aren't professional artists. Make this brush a little bit. There's a new sketchbook. I should probably have tested if stuff run through it first, but I guess this can be the test. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe you answered and I missed it. But if I asked if you do any drawing, or what kind of art do you like to do if you do? What can I do for you? I mean, you can request something if you like. I'll think about it. I don't like to promise requests because I already have a few I have to catch up on. To draw a picture of Shank's profile picture, actually. A good idea for that one. Hey, Bendy. How are you? Everyone's name's showing up weird, so it only took me a second there to realize who you were. Have you been, Bendy? I've been seeing you around in a little bit, I think. Or at least maybe last stream, but not for very long. Have you been working on anything cool? My pen. I say like a picture like this only took me not very long to sketch at all. I do pretty rough sketches out, but I'd say usually like 2 to 3 hours. If I decide to do a background, it might push it up to like 4 or so.
Yeah, you think? I mean, it depends on what I'm doing. If it's stuff with color, it can take me a bit longer. A lot of stuff I do is stuff I'm trying for the first time too, so I'm kind of experimenting with it. I usually have papers off to the side where I test stuff out first, so that adds a bit of time. Have to turn that upside down, have a look at it. Hopefully it won't be overpowered with black on the left side there. It might be. Then I'll have a bunch of black there, so. I mean, that's kind of what got me into ink and ink brushes in the first place. Like, you notice who, like, I don't do as much gray washes anymore usually. It's because I'm lazy and I want to be able to finish stuff as quick as I can. I also like the idea of not having, like, one of the things I hated about painting, and even watercolors, although watercolors aren't that bad at all, it's just having to set everything up and get water and get your brushes and make sure your brushes are clean afterwards. And you kind of like just grabbing a jar of ink in my nibs. I have pieces of paper towel to wipe them off. And just, grab a brush and laying it in quick. Oh, cool. Where do you post them at when you're done? I think I've seen you post on Phantom's community thing before. I also have a community that no one posts on. If anyone's interested, feel free. Cool, thanks. The community post, if you go on someone's YouTube channel, there's usually a button up top for the community, and you can post stuff on it. Pictures or text, or I don't know if you can do videos. Links to other YouTube videos, I guess. That'd be cool to get people to post other art on my thing, just to see people's art. Maybe if I start doing inking things, like I said, ink practice. I don't want to call it tutorials because that implies like it's me teaching. But inking practice, maybe I can get people to post their results on it. There's a thing I always wanted to try. It's like totem poles, but it's basically like you draw a cylinder in sections with different textures, and it's kind of to train you how to transitions from different textures, metal to wood, fur to skin, whatever. I think that'd be a cool thing to put maybe as a short and see if other people will try it. And then this side's gonna go underneath. I don't know. I'm too lazy to get a calculator. What is the answer? 67? I'm gonna leave a little rim lighting here. I'm thinking that the light's coming from the right. So, my pencil. This way, through here. Like that. Acting like I'm slow? I'm not acting like I'm slow. It's not really a complete composition, right? No backgrounds. I like to start putting backgrounds in my art again, but it's too lazy. One of the cool things I could do if I learned digital, I kind of want to learn digital just enough to put my ink work in as line art and then color it, maybe even like texture it, add in some backgrounds or whatever. Blur effects if the picture calls for it. Hey Daphne, welcome back. Good to see you again. I dabbled in digital art. I have a tablet. You can go back and look at some of my older streams. I used to use OBS, and I was able like to switch to my tablet on the fly, and I often use it for coming up with thumbnails first for pictures. I was using Photoshop for a bit, but I actually find Krita. I like the brushes more in Krita. I mean, you can get any brush you want for either of them, but I guess the default brushes I find are a lot nicer on Krita or Krita. Yeah, I'm all right. Not as good as my traditional. I'm also a bit, I don't know, sloppier with my sketches in digital, I find. But it's usually because I'm kind of not trying. I'm not really taking it seriously, so one of these days I'll actually sit down and try to, put a couple hours into a digital picture. Let's see what I can do. No, this is just like a generic Grim Reaper character. I've actually done a Grim Reaper before. I kind of wanted something to practice my inking, shading with brushes, and also foreshortening, like with the hand here. And I just didn't want to do something where I had to worry about too much other stuff like anatomy. What is digital? Drawing for using a digital tablet instead of on paper. I'm gonna swoop up the given form. Sounds like a scorpion tail or something there. Heading out, MK, cool. That's cool, man. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out. I appreciate it. What's up? Yes, I am. You'll often find me on Phantom streams when he streams early enough for me. Lately, his streams have been in the AM for me. But I like to think we're friends. You might say arch nemesis, but same thing. Phantom was just here, actually. Sorry, I got a brush in my mouth. Phantom was just here. Art nemesis. There you go. Perfect. Tiny little one there. Just to give it some depth on this side. Thanks. And thanks for stopping in, by the way. How are you today? Oh, you finished? Cool. I'll check it out probably in about, I don't know, half an hour to an hour when I finish my stream. When I can finish this guy before I get off the stream. But after around 2 hours, I kind of find myself tired and losing momentum. I get worried when I get like that too, because that's kind of, I feel like I'm more apt to make mistakes. Four a.m. Wow. Why do you have to be up? My ability to make super thin lines with this brush can be a bit unpredictable. you know, it's kind of one of the fun things about working with ink. And it's kind of everything's kind of flowing to the right. I like doing the hatching with the pens, but when I can get it going with the brush, well, it's my favorite, I think. Yeah. So usually when it's just the lines by itself, we call it hatching. When it's the lines like what I'm gonna do here, where it's coming out of a solid black, it's called feathering. So it's kind of like making little black tapered lines to represent gray tones. I like it because you kind of there's a rhythm to it. I find. You get kind of locked into it too. You know, when you do it well, it looks really good. That hood, I think, came out pretty well. Let me decide what I'm going to do here. I probably want most of this, although I want to kind of rug it. And I'm thinking this will kind of go up like this, and then everything starts working its way out this way. Get some serious warping on this pen and ink paper, considering all I'm using is ink. Hold your hip. Ouch. Damn good. I have a pain in my foot today walking, and it's not like a splinter pain, it's like an ache. It only happens when I step on like a certain position. Don't know what's going on there. Is it harder to shade smaller spaces? That's a good question. I mean, both are hard to the extreme. The problem really is the size of your tools. Um, I have stuff out for smaller stuff, so trying to get like nice blunt stuff doesn't seem as easy there, like those lines. Um, but unless you're talking smaller, like shading in here, that can be tough too. It depends on the kind of shading. I mean, they're not too tough to do. The hatch lines around the edges, but I'm going to have to. Well, that's it. Yeah, I say bigger because I don't have anything for the bigger. So that's kind of how I am too. It took me long enough to do this. If I just had a bigger brush, I could have done it quick. But you don't just want a bigger brush. You want one with a tapered edge, so you can get it to come to those points well. Usually, what I do is I use the big brush to kind of start it, and then I'll go in with the little brush to get the tapered edges, the lines. Which actually I'm going to do now after I erase. This is a brand new sketchbook, by the way. If anyone wondering, it is Canson XL Pen and Ink. It's a lot smoother, ultra smooth, bright white, but you'll notice it's only 80 pounds, which means it can work. It's already doing there, and it's definitely going to. But whatever. Yeah, it's like I said, it's kind of depends on your tools, but both extremes are hard in their own way. Too big can be hard, and too small can be challenging. Everything worth doing is hard, otherwise, it won't be worth doing. Maybe I should have watered this down just a little bit. I don't know, that probably would have made it worse. I get upset. I get so frustrated misplacing like all my best stuff all the time. And I make an effort, just keep it in the same spot, return to the same spots all the time. But I don't know if you guys heard that. It might have been loud. I should put my phone on mute, maybe. Hopefully, it wasn't too loud. I just get frustrated with myself with that kind of stuff. Interstellar music? I'd be allowed. A little layer there. I actually made the music playing in the background, if you guys can hear it. I think my mic might cut it off. That's why you should buy bottles of ink like I do. Although it's going to be a pain for me when mine runs out because the local store I get it from. So I guess I'll have to order it like from Amazon or something. Which kind of sucks, you know? Well, I think it just like literally played the music from the movie Interstellar. Hey, Clo, how are you? Oh, thanks, I appreciate it. That would get, I'd get a copyright strike for that for sure. You do art, Clo? They put their face. The face is bad for mine. Yeah, that happens, right? I don't know how happy I'm going to be with this the shading for his robes here. Got to subscribe. Well, not my fault. YouTube on my phone is stranger. It is. Some apps I don't mind on the phone, but YouTube's weird. If you ever used Instagram on the browser without the phone, it's a nightmare. I'm from Canada. Oh, cool. Spain. And Chi is Cuban Italian. Cool. No, I'm not Irish. I'm well, Canadian, but I guess I'd be like heritage or descendant wise. The people who I come from were born in Scotland mainly. Although, of course, like everyone, there's a bit of, all over Europe roots. Not everyone, but. Everyone in the Americas that isn't Native American, I guess. I don't like that. Sometimes when the ink starts to dry, it kind of goes gray and starts just running out on me. It's annoying. Hey, James. Thanks for stopping in. I don't know how I'm feeling about the brushwork here, but if they can do it without having to do it all. Thanks, I appreciate it, James. Yeah, I seen one of them. I stopped in at yours. It happened to be right at the end, though. I have that problem with a lot of streamers on YouTube for whatever reason. I catch everyone right at the end of their streams. Chat went off. I do not have a Twitch actually. I think if you look up, you might find my name on Twitch, but I haven't used it in years. I never used it actually too for streaming myself. I used to watch a guy produce music on it. That was pretty cool. Cross hatching, which I don't usually do. Or a hatcher, not a cross hatcher. Oh wow. I haven't done a long one in a long time. I think I got up to 4 hours before a while ago, but I wasn't doing anything special. I have to look it up. I'd say probably around 4 hours. A few long ones. Lately, I've been sticking to around 2 hours. I'm trying not to burn myself out on them. 6 hours is crazy. Are you saying hello to me, MK Cool, and welcome back? I didn't go. Yeah, 6 hours is, you know, I'd be exhausted at the end of the day. Hello. I feel like I'd be burned out after 6 hours. I get burned out after 2. I find if I draw too long, I start forgetting things. I kind of start getting not in a rush to finish it, but I think I'm looking forward to it so much I start forgetting other things. Why 67? No one said anything about 67. What are you talking about? Phantom's favorite meme is 67. I'm saying it like a boomer. 67. I sound like an old person. The Google. You kids and your Googles. You scallywags. Alta Vista. No, I used Yahoo. You're kind of cool. Cool for an old man, I guess. Cool for an old boomer like me. Gonna be super messy with this one. Line is I don't get too much dry brush in here. I still want some clean lines. $67? Nah, 6'9". How old am I? I'm in my 30s. I don't want to give exact ages just because I don't want too much personal information out there for, crazy people to take advantage of. But I'm not actually a boomer. Although I think these days anyone over 20 is considered a boomer to anyone under 20. I think of it like, some stuff doesn't seem like, there's probably a million people my age with my name. But then someone else will ask you a little question and someone else, and I'll start to kind of add up. Just to be safe. Well, Kent is 32 years old in 5 months, 3 days. That's not true. Yeah, a boomer is a baby boomer, the people who were born by the World War II veterans. See, I am older. That's why I didn't know all the newer Nickelodeon shows. I know all the old ones. Oh, I have donuts. Oh, sorry, I missed somebody. Hey, Scarlett Lopez. Thanks for stopping in. You know who I really like, and he's still making cartoons, and I'm going to say his name wrong. Gendy Tartakovsky. He first got famous, I think he worked on Powerpuff Girls, but like no one knew him. And then Dexter's Lab, and then he got famous for Samurai Jack. Recently, he did a show called Primal. You're only 9? I lived your life like 4 or 5 times. Just a youngin'. I wouldn't even call it. That's like more than a youngin'. I don't know if you should be on my stream if you're probably not. Pretty sure I didn't mark that for kids section, Nickelodeon or Disney show. See, the thing is, Disney's obvious. There's a lot of shows I think were by Nickelodeon. I didn't know. I remember, I think I mentioned to you today, Rocko's Modern Life was one I loved as a kid. Hey Arnold. Is Hey Arnold Nickelodeon? I don't remember Cat. Like I remember hearing about it, but Doug was definitely Nickelodeon. Doug and Skeeter and Patty Mayo. Remember Skeeter? Danny Phantom seemed like a show I would have liked, but I think I was just like a older teenager when that was out, and I wasn't watching cartoons at all, or like paying attention at the time. Doug was great. I don't remember his sister. I remember Patty Mayo, and Skeeter, in The Bully. A lot of those shows always had a guy with a leather jacket on. He was the bully. Recess, that's one. Rugrats was Nickelodeon, I believe. Welcome back, Bendy. Well, I find now as an adult, I appreciate cartoons a lot more because I appreciate the craft of them. There's a lot of old cartoons that I had at the time no idea. I realized how good I did see Muppet Babies, how good the music it was. But yeah, the guy who made Samurai Jack, if you're interested in learning animation, is a great guy to learn from. He does kind of like this really sharp pose to pose style animation. It's almost like a comic book where everything is to get them from one static pose to another. So instead of like nice smooth movement, it's like guy has a sword, instantly quickly get into a pose where he's swinging his sword. And he's just really good at that. Check out Primal. I think that's his new show, and it has apparently almost no dialogue in the whole show. It's all visual storytelling. Am I almost done? Not really. I still have all this to render and shade. All this. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do here exactly. I'm going to go in with a bigger brush. Although I might not spend all night on the stream doing it though either. I'm going to get some done. What are my pen? I do remember Chocolate Rain. Chocolate Rain. And he always moved away so he wouldn't breathe into the mic. It rains. I completely forget any of the lyrics, but I do remember those. Chocolate rain. I haven't heard that yet. Oh man, I'm sad for you. Little line in there. Give me some room to work with. And then as this goes down, I'm gonna change direction up like this. Excuse me. Really, I think a big part of inking is figuring out how everything is kind of shaped like a cylinder and just learning to follow the form. I mean, that's all shading, really, right? Yes, you're following the form of an object. I doubt any of you guys know this show, but my favorite cartoon when I was a kid was actually it was a Canadian show. Apparently, the first fully rendered 3D series. So not first 3D animation on TV, not first movie with 3D, but first TV series using 3D animation for the whole thing. It was called Reboot, and it was about like the inside of a computer. The main character was like an antivirus program, and all the bad guys were clear, viruses. I don't know if you guys ever seen that, but if you remember Beast Wars, that was made by the same people. Ashley Tisdale, that sounds familiar. I think she's an actress, right? Of course, we know about Reboot. Do Americans know about Reboot? Or are you just saying that? Because I know Beast Wars was a thing in the States. A mainframe TV or mainframe studios. Yay, Chief. I have Bob's car in my basement somewhere. Anyway, Reboot was awesome. Well, the second it got awesome after the first season. Apparently, they were highly censored. Been here trying to draw painfully. Don't be drawing if it hurts. Not worth hurting yourself over. Yeah, it's still. Yeah, that's right, G. And Enzo became the main character after season 2 because Bob got lost in the internet, in the web. I forgot to leave a white outline here, so I'm going to put it on the inside. And then kind of attach it there. Well, I might be old, but I like old shows. Crazy story. So, as you know, whenever they played the games, well, I don't know if you know, but the games are always like a parody of other like real life famous games or movies. And they did one for Mad Max: The Road Warrior. It was an episode called Bad Bob. And no, I wasn't born. Or yes, I was. What am I saying? But yeah, so in the Bad Bob episode, the guy who the guy who storyboarded it, I forget his name now, Alex something McKenzie or something. He later on, because of that episode, got the job to storyboard the new Mad Max movie, Fury Road. Not the newest one, but so yeah, and came from a guy who worked on a parody of it on reboot. I guess he did a good job. What's his name? George Miller liked it and said, "Hey, work on the other movie." Do I draw daily? Yeah, pretty much. Even if it's not a complete drawing, I like to get practicing daily anyway. Try to do more anatomy drawings actually the last few days, just quick ones for practice. My inking's okay, but my actual pencil work can be a bit stiff. Nothing wrong with mastering your fundamentals. I don't know the reference. I don't think I do anyway. Oh, I should have known that. I'm a dummy. Yeah, but I'm gonna try, I think, working on more fundamental stuff because I feel like I'm at a point where I can do a decent job drawing whatever I want, as long as it's like flat and static. But if you want me to draw like a really cool perspective of the Grim Reaper on a weird angle, that's a bit different. It's like I feel like I got good at standard stuff. So now it's kind of time where I should be thinking about moving on to more dynamic drawings. Yay! Wait, is that a good thing? Okay, thank you. I think it's just the way you said she'll get it, but I don't blame her. Made me think that maybe I misunderstood that. And she didn't let you do something. Got it. See, I understand stuff sometimes. It just takes me a bit. I don't think I'll finish this completely tonight. I'm gonna get pretty close. I like to at least finish the side, and then let's left. I'll go in with a pen and like clean these up, make them a bit more like stiff, thick lines like that at places, and find out how I'm gonna do the light here. I'll probably do like a few in the bottom, maybe like a few here, and then just leave it white and kind of make it look like the light's coming from that way, this way. I think it came out all right. Like I said, the main point of this guy too was practicing foreshadowing. I think the shading on that hand came out really good. Pretty sick, actually. But do say so myself. Are you still here, Seawolf? Thought you said you were drawing too, right? Look, put a little line there on accident. So, it's shaded on that side. I'm gonna try to put in some lines to get some wood texture. That's good to hear. I'm glad to see it as peaceful. I worry a bit that it can be a little boring, which I can understand. I'm sure there's lots of young people who fall asleep watching me do this. But I'm not a really loud, in-your-face type of person. Hey, Captain Tiger Shark. Thank you for joining. How are you on this lovely Friday night? And cosplay tutorial on how to make a cosplay. I would do it. And you know what? I get that. I try to watch tutorial stuff for like this, for art and inking. And even if it's something I'm interested in, I don't know, sometimes sitting and listening to a guy teach you stuff can just have a way of putting you to sleep. Real thin line for this one. So. Yeah, 2 hours is a long time. I hate YouTube video tutorials where you'll see this with programming a lot. One tutorial video, just one video by itself will be like 18 hours. And it's like, can you split it up maybe and put it into different files, like chapters? So, because there's no way I'm going to watch it all in one sitting. And I know sometimes, like, YouTube will cache your view time, like what position you're in, but that only lasts for so long. It's just like, you're 9 hours and 42 minutes in. The chances that you're going to be able to go back in and find that exact spot and remember it. Get that. Oh, thanks, Wolf. I was just seeing if you were here. I was going to ask you, I know you mentioned you were drawing too, right? Hey, MK Cool. Welcome back. Oh, for your cosplay? So what's it of exactly? I know I don't do cosplay, but a lot of the people in the Discord server I'm in and that join this stream, they're definitely into cosplay. You had to go and come back now? That's cool. I appreciate you stopping in at all. Protogen, just search it up. They are super cool. I feel like I know that. I also feel every time Chi says they miss Ruby, Ruby will join in a little bit. I think it works as like a summoning. I'm an adult. She can feel your distress. She says, my chi sense is tingling. I'll have to look up Protogen to remind me, but I'm not just making it up. I have heard that word before. It looks like a sleeve, but it's meant to be like his bone. Good luck. Sound like the Star Fox 64 guy. Good luck. Protogen.com. Let me see. Alta Vista. Protogen. A protogen is a fictional cyborg species from the furry fandom characterized by its combination of organic, like fur, or cybernetic robot parts with a digital visor for a face. My guy kind of has a digital visor for a face, or a CRT visor for a face. They are an open species, meaning people can create their own without needing special permissions, but must follow certain design guidelines. Okay. I remember. Yeah, she did already join before. ChatGPT, what is a protogen? MK cool? I said no. I'm an adult. I did my high school and I did college. Oh, guess what, guys? I got 857 views today. Pretty good. I got like 200 last Friday. It's nice. Thanks. I feel like I had, and this happens with YouTube. No, MK cool. You have like ups and downs, I find, and I think it's more the algorithm who it's picking to show your stuff to. So usually every short I get around like 1,500 views and like I don't know 5 subs on average. But my last 3 or 4 shorts didn't bring any in. Starting at Greymon, the Digimon, I got about 17k views, no subs. Wolverine only got like 700 views. But then my last 2, Spider Gwen and Raphael, it's got almost 2,000 views and not 1 sub, either of them. So I think it's like the algorithm's experimenting, showing it to different groups of people. So you kind of have up times and down times. Anyway, that's my point. No matter what your skill is. So, yeah, I don't worry about it too much. And I think it's cool people get to see your art. I'm happy now that my live streams have like enough people joining, you know, where we get to have interesting conversations anyway. And I mean, I've seen people too. There's tons of artists on YouTube, actually. It surprises me. And I don't know how it happens. but they have, you know, way more subs, thousands of subs, and their live streams will have like 2 or 3 people in it. And I don't get it. It's just, I don't know how you sell yourself. Did they get famous from videos first and they're just trying live streams now? I guess that's kind of one of the reasons why I guess you shouldn't worry about it too much. It's almost guaranteed if you make YouTube videos at some point, you'll stop getting views for a video or two. As long as you stay consistent, they'll come back. Block that in. And then make this a little bigger, like a bulb. No, I'm not really digging the feathering on the thing at the bottom there. I'm working on the side. The side. Oh, look at the right brush. And then actually, make a little line there. Just to remember. There we have it. I hear you. I'm pretty sure I say that every single time I need to get a shower. You think by now they would have invented like a machine? You lay in your bed, and, I don't know, run some type of radiation over your body that has the same effect of a shower. It's like you happen to do anything. A sonic showers built into your bed. Let's go, Lynx. Lynxer. She heard me talking about sonic showers in bed and said, I'm going to patent that idea. I did safety stuff for a bit. Safety inspector for oil rigs and camps out west. I had to do my confined space and stuff and possibly be covered in asbestos. You know, why we were in a hazmat suit, but probably do this solid black. I challenge you yourself, bet. What? Oh, bye. Oh, okay. So yeah, MK, cool. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Let me decide what I'm going to do with the back yet exactly, but that actually looks pretty cool. What do you think? The thin lines, you can get them. It just takes a while. I have a little trick to it, but you don't see it because it's off screen. But I have these little, pieces of paper with little lines. So usually the first time I get ink on my brush, it's always a bit too much. So I kind of knock it off, and then I kind of flatten it out so I get a flat part. Line that up, and I use my middle finger kind of like a guide so I don't push down too far. And then I find the exact spot and keep my finger there. So a little bit of technique to it, but also a little bit of a trick to it. I need some solid blacks down here, I think. That's good. Cleaning is good for your mental health too. I find even if I have room, if my room is a bit messy, well, my desk, I find it just feels cluttered, even if it's actually not. And then when it feels cluttered, it just feels like, I don't know, restrictive and frustrating to try to draw. Exactly. It's just good for your, I think it really does help your mental health. It just feels nice. Also, having a schedule of like regular cleaning, I think is good for discipline. Which I'll admit is something I can have trouble with. Not that I'm not disciplined, but I mean, I'm the type of person who will keep putting stuff off till later. And just assume that I'll actually do it and keep putting it off and keep putting it off. And it took a while for me to learn the best time to do something, right away. Also, if you can force yourself to do something you don't want to do, then doing it, when you're kind of in the mood is a lot easier. Passed out from your hip. Another brush. Five to 12. Why do you sleep all evening? That's a different sleep schedule. I usually sleep at like 1 a.m. and get up around 8 or 9 a.m. I try to anyway. I don't know. You were asking before, definitely about, shading big or small. And in this case, I think the shading was really nice in the small areas. Not a big fan how it came out on his robe in the big areas. More like there, I like. There, I think came out kind of messy. Still good. I might as well just finish this guy now, eh? Some pretend wood grain texture. I don't know why that became so crooked. Sleep at 11 p.m. Have to get up at 5 a.m. Yeah. That's because you're an unlisted man. Does that make sense? Is that the right word to use? I used to know my ranks. I don't anymore. I never knew how many people in the military technically don't have a rank. I think I learned a lot of it from Star Trek, actually. Although I think theirs was more Navy. But I remember Miles O'Brien technically didn't have a rank. He was like a higher technician. And that's a thing that really exists in the military, I guess. It's like they need a contractor for stuff. You might not necessarily be considered ranked in the military. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Maybe I shouldn't assume Star Trek has got all the answers. Think that. What? Not that happy with the shading here, but I'm not exactly, disgusted with it. But I really like the hand. This part came out really good, eh? Hey, I finished a picture in one stream. Haven't done that in a while. I was gonna put a thing back there, but I kind of don't like it. I have been grinding Faz. I'm at level 17 now. Hey, Linksy, welcome back. I think I'm just about done. Because I'm not super happy with how the shading and hatching came out on this. Oh, cool. I'll check it out in a few minutes. I'll also check out cheese drawing. But yeah, I really like the hand and the face and the side. All that stuff came out nice. Should took maybe a different approach to that, but still cool, you know? That's how you learn. I think too I could use a bit more. I'm just gonna sneak that in real quick, even though I said I'm done. Everyone likes being welcomed. Unless it's to jail, I guess. Just a little bit there. So the idea is the light's kind of hitting them on that kind of angle. And that's what noise light makes when it comes at you. Wow. The jail and Faz, exactly. Are you playing with your Faz? Yes, I am. Leave me alone. I have to play it on 720 by 1280. I have to turn everything off. I can leave anti-aliasing on. However, the what is it? The school and the jail, and I think probably, although I didn't notice it when I played the asylum, the big maps, it can be hard on the frame rate when I have the night vision on. But other than that, you know, it looks like a game from like 2014, but I can play it. I think Faz is kind of old, right? Like 5 years old anyway. 2020. Yes, I stream Friday evenings. I'm in Atlantic time, so I'm an hour ahead of Eastern time. So if you're in Eastern time, I guess it'd be 6 p.m., 7 p.m. my time. Fridays, can. Well, that's with me. I'd rather it look worse but play smoother than like try to find a happy medium in between. Graphics aren't as important than, you know, the game acting. I don't know if you guys notice, I never do my pencils like before I ink, like everyone else in the world. I mean, I never erase them out. It's 8:18. Right now it should be. So I'm 2 hours ahead of you. It is 10:18 for me right now, and yeah, I finally finished the picture on the stream, so I'm gonna call it a night. Just want to do one thing that's been driving me crazy. It needs just a little. There. Imagine I ruined it. Sneezed and just put a line right through his face. You always have an excuse not to get a shower. You're lazy. like all of us. I have a question since long. What do you do for a living? I do computer programming, specifically web development, web and app, mobile app development. So I don't draw for a living, which is probably why, as Stephanie said, I'm not really out to sell people on subs, although I appreciate it. I don't think I have the patience and the cutthroat attitude to make it as a YouTuber. You never know, though. I was talking to someone today about this, Lindsay, actually, how there's people you see online, streamers, and they basically make money by giving personal drawing lessons to rich people. Probably rich people's kids. That'd be a cool gig. I just gotta find some rich kids who want to draw like me. You should program a way for humans to travel. Sorry, it covered my ink. Yeah. Yeah. I'll do that. Bye. Anyway, I got a coffee for spare. I forgot to erase the pencil on his face. There, nice and clean. Seven young kids go to camp for the summer. What is your world? Sorry, I'm eating. Anyway, how'd I do on views? Oh, 916 views today. 31 likes. Nom, 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 nom. I wouldn't get chocolate on him. Here, look. Put it in his hand. Oh, come on. Oh, cool. Thanks, Wolf. I appreciate it. And you too, Lindsay. I appreciate all you guys for being here. I think it took me about 3 hours to do this, guys, because I did the sketch pretty quick, about 20 minutes. So 3 hours, 5 minutes. Yeah, it has kind of a biker tattoo ink vibe, eh? Maybe I should get a job doing tattoos. I can tattoo Digimon. I just have to learn how to do a heart with the word mum. I'll be all set. My little brother put a penny in your piano, like within the hammers and stuff. Let's out a fart and leaves it there. Thanks. I wonder who did it. Anyway, guys, bye. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back same time, the same Kent channel next week. Peace.